Hello everyone, welcome back to A Common Touch of Fantasy. My name is Paul. It is September the 13th. It is a Wednesday. If you're just now joining me at Common Touch of Fantasy is a book blog, a book review website, a booktube channel, and now even a podcast. And what I cover are short stories, book reviews, science fiction books, fantasy books, a little bit of everything. Some comics are in there as well. I hope you enjoy your stay, and I hope you enjoy the content as I keep doing this and get better at it. Hopefully it will progress and become better. All right, for today we are reviewing Choosing Civility by P.M. Forni, the short story So Much Cooking by Naomi Kritzer, and Bannerless by Carrie Vaugh from a couple years ago, and then a couple DC comics. So let's get right to it with Choosing Civility by P.M. Forni. Yesterday I covered this a little bit, but this is a book about considerate conduct, manners, and what to do in public and at the workforce, and how to treat people around you, just how to be a considerate citizen, friend, family member, and employee. And I absolutely loved this book. I might get a copy for myself, actually. There are so many tidbits of really quality suggestions in this to help you just navigate life without drama and without issues. Yes, a lot of it has to do with, picking your fights and being silent when you really want to say things, or choosing the correct way to go about wording something to somebody that you might have a conflict with. And these things are just so important, especially in nowadays where, the political division is so bad, and, people just don't really get along, and no one really wants to hear each other's opinions. I really thought that this book is a great way to really just connect with other people that might be different than you are. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. I really highly recommend it if you're going into the workforce. Say you just graduated from college, you're getting your first big girl or a big boy job. I definitely recommend it because it really helps you understand how to go about communicating with your fellow work friends and people in the office. I think it's an important read, and I think you guys would like it if you gave it a try. Let's go with the short stories. These two are from Neil Clark's Best of Science Fiction of the Year, Volume 1. These are covering stories from 2015. I've been taking a break from the current magazines to read a little bit of this, and it's paying off. I'm enjoying reading these a little bit more than I was reading the magazines. So Naomi Kritzer tells a story called So Much Cooking, where a blogger that has a cooking blog is basically telling us about this huge epidemic with bird flu and how people are dying and how she has to stay in her house and how her food is running out. So she has to talk about what she's making with the little bit amount of food that she has. As the story progresses, it becomes more about her family and her survival than anything else, but there is still a connection between her and the people that follow her blog. I thought this was an amazing story. I thought it was really well done. I thought that this story was really original in the way it was brought to the reader, because it's like in a blog style format. And I thought Naomi Kritzer did a great job with this story. Bannerless by Carrie Vaugh was another story that I really liked. This one was I'm not sure if it was like a post-apocalyptic or dystopian, or if it was just like another world or a fantasy world. But in this world, basically all of the women are controlled to only have children when they're allowed to. And when you're allowed to have a child, you get a banner. And in this world, you basically choose your family and your unit of relationships. And then once you work to a certain point and maybe get enough money, then you can get a banner to have a child and to build your family. In this, though, there is a young girl that gets pregnant without having the banner, and she's basically bannerless. Her child's bannerless. And in this world, that is really difficult for the child. Once the child is born, they have a harder time in life because they basically are seen as a mistake or unwanted. And it's really about the social dynamics of this family unit and how they go about trying to fix an issue in their world by creating this conflict with having a child. And so the whole story is from the point of view of a detective and her partner as they investigate this whole thing of this woman being pregnant. I like this story. I thought it was very original. I thought it was written really well. For tomorrow, I'm going to confuse myself and read an Ann Leckie and a Yoon Lee story. So, Another Word for World by Ann Leckie, and The Cold Inequalities by Yoon Lee. I'll be up front, I usually don't understand Ann Leckie and Yoon Lee's stories very well, so I'm going to try to and really focus and figure them out. On the comic side of things, I read Batman number 29. This is continuing the war of jokes and riddles, and basically they sit down with Bruce Wayne and have dinner. And so Bruce is basically offering them money to kill Batman and to end the strife between the Joker and the Riddler, because it's tearing the city apart. But what he's really doing is trying to figure out what side he's going to join in the war in order to turn the war in favor of one of the villains. It's very interesting, and it's probably one of the better issues of this arc. And then the other comic is Action Comics 985 by Rob Williams. This is kind of like a one-off type deal, or maybe it has two parts to it, as the main creator is taking a break for the next arc. In this, the Machinist is taking control of people with a computer chip, and basically Superman finds out it's from Lex Luthor. Luthor did not know that it was from him. And at the end, Superman and Luthor team up to try to stop this guy, but Luthor gets mind controlled with a chip itself. So the next issue will be like Luthor and Superman fighting. So it was okay. It was all right. For tomorrow, I am finishing up Secret Empire. We have issue 9 and issue 10. Finally finishing this up. Looking forward to it. And looking forward to the relief on my comic prices, that's for sure. Because each one of those issues was $5. So 10 issues. That's $50 on comics for just one comic throughout the summer. Anyways, that's enough complaining for me. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have a question for me, put it in the comments below. If you listen to the new podcast, thank you for checking it out. And I will be tweaking things and changing things over time as I improve. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.